Welcome back, everybody, to another Two Tamers Talk. Basil, you're back.
Yeah, Jeff is watching his miserable Diamondbacks get crushed.
They did get crushed yesterday, so I'm glad he had a great time.
Yeah.
He can tell us all about it next week, but
You might be a little bit sad on the podcast today.
I guess we'll see. Game 5 is tonight.
Oh, there you go.
So we'll see what happens. But how are you doing?
Doing good. Good. We're you're watching this. It's November.
Yes,
So,
yes.
So we're getting right up to that Pasadena Regional coming up. So
And
it's
you
sorta-
still don't know what you're gonna
No.
play.
I've narrowed it down to 2 decks.
You're down to 2 now.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like you always say that, and then a third one comes out of
No,
nowhere.
this time it's for sure. This time it's the end of a long format, and I
Mhm.
think we've been with these decks long enough that I'm kind of like, I think it's pretty clear what is top dog right now, and so that's sort of what we're going with.
Yep, because we'll be right there, right before the new ban list / unban list comes out. So we kind of know what we're in for, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I'm getting nervous though. It's starting to
Is
come
that
up
right?
sooner than later. Yeah, I mean, good nerves, not like bad nerves, but like, man, this is gonna be fun. I'm really excited.
It's gonna be great.
So I did kind of want to hijack the podcast for a second here.
Go ahead.
In a unexpected tribute to you.
Oh, is that right?
I wanted to say thank you on behalf of me, Jeff, everyone else at the channel. If you guys don't know, Basil doesn't live necessarily close, and he makes his way out here to film content, and I have a thank you gift for you.
Oh, what the hell? This is not staged, by the way.
This is not. This is, if you were listening last week, you asked for something, and I found it. As a lover of green, and as a lover of floodgates, oh, can you reach it?
Oh! Well, for those of you who can't see what I've seen, this is the Chinese Memory Floodgate Terriermon
There it is.
at a pristine 10. Jesse, what the heck?
Thank you.
How did you find this?
I am magical.
You're a master. This is going on the shelf.
There you go.
Holy crap. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. It's a Chinese New Year special, I think, is what it was. Came in a red envelope or something.
Wow.
But did a little bit of research after the last podcast. I was like, I'm gonna
Amazing.
find that.
Yeah. Right now we're in Washington. I live in Troutdale, which is just
Yeah.
across the river. So, but I love coming out here. Thank you for having me on, and thank you for we got to put this up like.
See if I can stage it right there. All right.
There we go.
Well, back to the regularly scheduled
Sure.
program. We had some really cool reveals this week.
Yes. Yeah.
And not necessarily, like winners of tournaments and blah, 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 but we finally got to see the prize cards for Nationals.
Oh, you're not talking about the EX2 Henry Wong reprint?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think anybody's talking about that.
Card's really good.
But we've been waiting for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Yeah,
because
what is going to get at Nationals?
Yeah, what's the prizing? Because Nationals is not invite only this year, so anyone can go if they hit the registration on time. Awesome people like you and Justin and a couple other friends of the channel already have their 2-round buys, so you get to hang out and
really big,
chill for a couple rounds.
Especially on day one, is said most tournaments will say, oh, it could be up to a certain amount of rounds. The Nationals it says up to 11 rounds.
That's wild.
And so it's like, well, you're at top table on day one, and they've played 10 rounds, and you've only played 8. Like mentally, that's kind of a huge advantage. So
yeah,
pretty interesting.
I also think it's good because, I mean, if you miss those 2 first rounds, you're going to pretty much miss out on, I think, a lot of rogue decks.
Yeah.
That will...
The 50 Eosmon guy.
Yes, yeah. The ones you want to kind of get those filtered out. So it'll be better for the people that are practiced against more meta opponents rather than hitting that rogue, Gankumon X deck and not knowing what to do against that card, having it come out of nowhere. But... yeah, we finally got some prizing reveals for it, which is really cool. So let's jump into those because I was really excited about these for one card in particular, which we'll get to. But we'll start with your favorite out of the gate.
Yeah, Sunflow. This is a card that it was kind of bittersweet when this first was announced, because this was announced after the Event Pack 5 Sunflow was announced. And it was like, oh, well, what the heck? Why are we like? Who cares? Like, we're getting the Event Pack 1, but this one is an awesome art. But we are for sure getting like. When this right before this announcement, there was in Discord, a lot of Discords that have like a news bot, basically. In the news channel, it said the Japanese promo list has been updated. And I don't know if you've looked through that ever, but there's a lot of cards that have alt arts that we just don't have.
Yeah.
A green player, obviously, I looked. EX3 Pomumon has an alt art. The restricted Argomon has an alt art, not the one that we have, but a full art one.
Oh, okay.
That's a different alt art. It's pretty interesting. But anyway, this was on the list. And I love this card. You can look at it and find a bunch of cards you'd play in all types of Gloomlord decks, like Pomumon's in the background there, and Mushroomons eating
he's up
a
there
snack.
Hanging out.
My only gripe with this card is they put the Digimon Championship stamp right over the Palmons farming in the background. Yeah. It's just like, oh man.
It is a pretty big, obnoxious stamp too.
Yeah. Right. It's like the pre-release you can kind of just like glaze over, but this one is like, boom.
It's in your face.
But I love this art, and I'm really excited for this one.
Do you think these are going to be textured?
The full arts normally are.
Yeah. Prize cards, you never know, it seems like.
True.
All right, let's jump to the next one.
Yeah, another favorite of mine is Cross 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this one's interesting because it's pretty much the exact same art, but just a full art version. But
I think it looks awesome.
Yeah, but having it zoomed in, hopefully it's, like you said, a little textured. You maybe can see those flames in the background a little better.
Because best you have right now is just a pre-release.
There's a pre-release, and this was BT11, so there's just a foil without the stamp.
Oh yeah.
But this one, and it has the sort of the red and yellow Digivolve, marker in the top, which I think is nice too.
That's cool. Now, this one got me excited. This is the one that really shot out to me because if you are an All-Force player, this is mandatory for us.
This is the good Vidramon.
This is the good one, yeah. This is the one that makes the deck really versatile if you do brick on your 5s and stuff like that. So, really excited to see this. Got the Impmon up there, too. Really cool.
This another, for the lore masters, is there a relationship between Impmon and Vidramon?
You'll have to ask a lore master.
We'll figure that out at the locals today, probably.
I'm sure people will comment below, but no, I was really excited to see this because, it's
the same thing, just has a pre-release stamp or a foil.
And I just run the foils, so I'm gonna
these are
crap
great.
out of this. And then I've already hopefully secured my 4 from all the Nats players.
Yeah,
I know they're going.
Well, they're giving out. We can do we'll talk about the ratios afterwards.
Oh yeah.
But anyway.
Agoonimon, red hybrids.
Yeah,
it seems like they're giving a little bit of something to almost everybody.
It's cool. It's spread across the board, which is good. I know a lot of people, like, even when the new participation pricing was announced with all the level 6s and the good level 6s, people were still kind of mad because they're all red cards, basically. Yeah. But this time you got a little bit of everything.
Yep.
Agoonie. And this is, again, the good Agoonimon. It's not like they wouldn't do, like, the BT4.
Not again. They've given us so many reprints of that. We got reprints in RB1.
So this is on deletion the Flamemon and then on deletion the Takuya. So.
Yeah, very good. And then not the restricted Geo
I
Gray.
would say the good Geo Gray, but it's the one that we're left with, basically.
Yeah, the one that you can see more than one of in a deck.
Yeah. But it looks good. Again, I guess that's a Coolmon in the background. The green guy getting flipped.
Think so? Yeah.
Looks kind of insectoid.
Yeah.
But anyway.
It's really cool. I love all these artworks. They're so good.
The arts are sick.
And how do we make the Royal Knights deck more expensive to max rarity?
The full art purge.
I've already seen a bunch of people calling to try and reserve this. From people.
Looks great.
It looks awesome, especially if this is textured.
Oh yeah, with the circuit maybe in the background, that'll look awesome.
Getting alt arts that are textured and like really pretty of delay cards, I think is really cool.
Yeah,
because they're cards that you don't cover up.
Yeah, they sit on there forever.
Yeah. So it's like getting those really nice memory boosts and stuff like that. It's like you want to see these cards for sure. And then jumping into cards we don't have yet.
Yeah,
we won't have until next weekend.
Yeah, the High Commandramon.
So yeah, also not sold on this.
Is this a different art than the one we get in BT14?
I think so. Yeah, it's very similar. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same artist. But because we looked at those a month or two ago, long time ago. But yeah, looks very similar.
Yeah,
I could pull it up.
Yeah, who knows how the D Brigade deck is going to be?
We're not going to know until it really just hits the ground running.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really cool because this is also treated as Commandramon, so you can play this with some of the effects.
Yeah, off the On Deletion Reveal 3, yeah.
But really cool artwork. I love all the colors going on. It's a really bright card. And then to round it out,
Lugarmon.
This is the deck that I'm terrified of in the next format.
the Mind Link Sons of Chaos thing. I have no idea.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. It's 2 memory on your opponent's field, but it's still your turn. I don't know.
Scary.
What have they done?
So these 8 cards in particular are going to be the participation, essentially,
yes.
right?
So it's the way it's divvied up is it's called a Tamer pack for some reason, which normally a Tamer pack has a different sort of connotation.
Yeah.
But they call it Tamer pack in the prizing, and you get 4 for participation.
Is there only 1 card in each pack?
There's 2 cards in each pack.
2 in each,
I've been told. If I'm wrong, let me know. But you get 4 for participation, and then starting at top 256, you get 4 more, and then more event packs.
Oh wow!
So the Nationals prizing is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what the cost for registration is going to be quite yet.
Yeah.
But if you're thinking, not sure if I want to make it out there, if you make it like even to like top 128, you're gonna make out with like I think 12 event packs.
That's wild.
Like 16 of these Tamer packs.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a lot of cards out of it.
A lot of value out of your trip.
It's pretty interesting, and you've got your chance at the gold.
I was not impressed with these.
These are the ones promos
because we just got full art variants of all the security Digimon.
So we got the full art variants. These are the box toppers that we should have had artwork. Forever ago, but didn't. With just the golden. And what's crazy is the full arts are beautiful. Yeah. They look great in pretty much all of them.
Especially the Impmon. I like the Impmon one a lot.
Yeah, the Impmon looks great. I think the Dorumon looks great.
They all look. Even the Harrismon looks good.
Harris and Pulsemon look good too, but they're just a little bit less valuable than those. But
these are going to be expensive just because they're expensive. I mean, just because they're not going to anything.
I think you only
top 16 or
I think you only start getting these at 64.
64.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, it's
but
I just don't. Bandai just makes some of the most interesting decisions sometimes with some of these. Like, what are we going to do for prize cards?
Yeah, secured, and they're just not even played that much.
No, they're not. Remember, everyone was real excited about them at first because we got them late, and then they just kind of fell out of favor. Yeah, the Huckmon I used until BT13 came out, and there was no need to run the Huckmons.
I played the Dorumon in the Alphamon deck, but kind of tough.
And then I've seen Impmon.
Impmon's the best one for sure.
Yeah. But then there was a lot of questions about, what's going to be the top prize cards, right? Because these aren't even advertised yet on Digimon's website.
No, this was a leak.
This is a leak. So unconfirmed leak, but looks pretty solid to me. Yeah. This is all artwork. So it looks like top...
The Jessmon line.
It is the Jessmon line. Top 16, I think, starts getting these. Gets some of them.
I think top 16 gets... Everyone in top 16 gets one of them.
Yeah.
I think it's usually the like you said, the gold one is usually first.
Yeah.
So going left to right, it would be what's this? Genkumon, the BT13.
Top 16, top 3, top 8, top 16, probably something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
So it looks like first place is Magnamon X from BT. What was it? BT10.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, these are always really cool artworks to see. They did the same thing with the Dorumon line. Last time. So it looks like they're giving old Jessmon the royal treatment here. And then you have Ganku X. Yeah, from BT10. And then you have Jessmon and Genkumon from BT13.
Yeah, the Royal Knight set.
Yeah. So once again, for max rarity in that set. Yeah.
If only.
If only.
And then the mat, you get, I think everyone in top 64 gets the mat. And then first, second, and third get a different one.
Something
if memory serves.
There's a jacket, too.
There's a top 8 jacket.
But if you get better than top 8, you don't get the jacket.
No, you do.
I don't think
it's like everyone in top 8 gets this, and then everyone...
Oh, and then you additionally add. Okay.
Yeah, first place, I think we calculated it. First place gets 36 event pack 5s.
That's insane.
Which is really funny.
And they'll probably still not get a Gravity Crush.
I haven't seen one yet.
We haven't got one yet.
I've seen... I think just the only cards I haven't seen is Gravity Crush, Ignitemon, and Attack of the Heavy Mobile, which is...
There will be an Attack of the Heavy Mobile at Locals today.
Is that right?
Someone has one, yeah. I'll tell you later. But yeah, no, it's been makes me kind of want to go to nationals, but I mean, you're already going, so I'll live vicariously through.
I'm going for sure.
Yeah, there's a whole group of people going
because top 2 get airline or air flight, their flight and lodging paid for to Worlds in Japan.
Yeah,
so that's the goal.
How does that work though? It's going to be interesting to see the logistics of that. Because this will be the first Worlds. There hasn't been a Worlds yet.
There was one last year, wasn't it?
Was there?
Yeah, I think so.
How do they do the formats?
It was 8 people, 2 from 4 different regions.
Right, it's very small. Yeah.
And then they did a single elimination bracket, I'm pretty sure.
But what format did they use? Japan?
Can't remember.
Or the rest of the world?
Oh, that is a good point. Ooh, I don't know.
Interesting. But they did the Japan format where it's best of 1?
No, it was best of 3.
Oh, they upgraded. Okay, so they went Western.
Might have been best of 5. Who knows?
Wow,
I can't remember. It was live streamed.
I'll have to check it out. Well, we also had some more reveals.
True.
Very odd. So this must have been scanned out of a magazine or something because the scan is terrible.
This is another leak.
Yeah. Because typically we don't get the secrets until the end of a set. Mm-hmm. We haven't seen a single other card out of BT16.
No, this is the first one.
Yeah.
We have seen some other speculation, which we can talk about in a bit. But Magnamon X is the secret rare.
Our first tricolor card.
The tricolor card.
Yeah. And I was talking to you before the podcast about this. Like on face, you're like, why is that card? And then you start looking, you read it again.
Yeah, this is another card again. You have to read multiple times.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any single Digimon card that has had cannot be affected by effects, period. Because there have been
affected by your Digimon's effects.
Digimon effects, immunity to options.
Can't be deleted by effects.
Can't be deleted by effects. This Digimon cannot be affected by effects. End of sentence.
That's pretty wild.
That is pretty interesting.
And it keeps getting applied over and over.
It's well, we can pull it up.
Yeah,
on our next slide.
I have it here.
I don't read Japanese. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. So Digivolves on any 2-color with Magnamon for 5. So you can skip your level 5s. So you can go straight
just
from
like
any of the
old
4s.
Magnamon X.
And then blocker.
Mm-hmm.
So 13k blocker on its face.
Mm-hmm.
And it has armor purge.
Yes.
So if it hits, I mean, still that's already wild.
That's very good.
And then when Digivolving, if Magna X or a card with armor form is in its traits, which is every Magnamon, right?
Yeah.
I think the Magnamons all have it.
Mm-hmm.
Even the Magnamon X?
No, Magnamon X is not an armor form. That is worth noting.
But Magnamon X is the Digimon in brackets next to it, so it doesn't need armor form. This Digimon isn't affected by your opponent's effects and gets plus 3k DP, so it becomes, 16k?
15. It's
15.
It's 12.
12 on its face, yeah. So it becomes as big as almost every level 7 in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then unsuspended.
Yes.
So insane. Absolutely insane. And then all turns, once per turn, when a card is removed from a security stack. Doesn't matter which one, how. TK, you remove one, you put something back. Doesn't even matter. There's a million ways to remove a card from security and not have it be a bad thing. Then you can apply it again. Apply the 3K and apply the safety again.
Yeah, it's weird how it's worded, which leads me to believe that maybe this is like mistranslated somehow, because it says one of this Digimon's when Digivolving effects.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's activate unsuspend or activate protection
or
by
activate
effects.
add DP.
Yeah.
Could be 3 different things.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's...
Because right now it's insane.
Yeah. If it reads as swing and then restand, gain 3k, and be immune to effects, that is a crazy card.
And it's a 15k blocker with armor purge.
Yes.
It's wild.
And it's free.
It is free, so
all
it's
of the
searchable.
all of the sort of Davis and Vmon support lends itself to this card as well.
It's gonna be wild. But that's how we're starting BT16.
Yeah, for sure.
So who knows where we're gonna go from there?
Well, the other thing that we have learned about BT16, again, I don't know if this is confirmed by Bandai. It's all sort of leaks and speculation, but it is going to be focused around the DNA mechanic.
Yes.
So there was allegedly supposed to be Ragnalordmon support. There's a new keyword called partition, So
do we know what that does yet?
We don't know what it does. Speculation is you can have your DNA and then it's kind of like Imperial Dramon Dragon mode your guys out.
Gotcha.
Like you partition your Digimon would be my guess. And then there is Blast DNA, allegedly. So for all of you who are really worried about the ace cards,
yeah, gonna get
hopefully
wild.
you're not around in BT16 because we're gonna just blast Ragnalord.
It's gonna be wild.
That is gonna be something to behold.
And then EX6 looks like it's gonna be Demon Lords.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be Diaboromon, but
it looks like it's Demon Lords.
It's gonna be this again for all the lore people in the comments. There's a DNA of all of the demon
lords.
Like
a Gudamon or something like that.
Yeah,
and it looks like that's going to be the big bad for that deck.
It's the secret, and it's the most powerful Digimon who ever blah blah blah.
So we'll get more Beelzemon, we'll get more Beastar.
Yeah,
maybe Leviamon gets even more support. That's already going to be really scary.
Yeah, I don't know.
So we'll see.
Hard to say.
But it's like, how many purple cards can they put in that deck? Or in that
yeah,
series?
Well.
Because they're all purple.
Yeah, they're all purple. Yeah. Maybe we'll get a green Belphamon. Who knows?
Who knows? Oh man, I'm really excited for BT14. It's right around the corner.
It's a couple weeks.
Yeah, and I know it kind of, I don't want to say came out of nowhere. It just seems like we got caught in this dry, I don't want to say dry format, but we're all ready. We're ready. We're ready to get past this and get into BT14. But I was looking at some of the stuff. I was talking to you. We were sending some deck pros back and forth, and I was just like, this is going to be a fun format, I think. Because
I think so, too.
We're really going to get to see the weight of those ace cards. Who's going to use them? How are they going to use them? You know, are people just going to put more kill spells, more de-digivolving? Are people just going to put that blue Gomamon in every single deck?
Yeah, I don't know. The interesting thing about it for me is we're getting all of the BT14 stuff, which is centered around, you know, protagonist cards. So that Mimi Palmon, TK and Patamon, you know, all this kind of stuff. And I think all of those decks I'm already pretty interested in, especially the Mimi and the Palmon for the Bloomlord deck. I'm really excited for. But the other interesting thing is we're getting just a ton of different stuff. We're getting like the New York City Comic Con promos. We're getting the O2 movie promos. We're getting promos as box toppers. We're getting training cards. So it's like even stuff that doesn't have support in BT14 is getting support in BT14 in a roundabout way.
I know we were talking about what are the well, let's just talk about what's the first deck you're going to build in BT14.
The first deck I'm going to build is Rosemon Burst Mode.
And I'll tell you mine
because I really enjoyed the Rosemon deck, but it just has a very glaring weakness, and it's that there's one Rosemon that's playable.
Yeah.
And so now we'll get another one that is maybe even better than the one we got in BT13.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's a little bit more offensive, which is, I think, a little bit more in line with the deck. And then we also get Togemon, which plays Tamers for reduced by 3.
That's awesome.
Which is really nice. Mimi, when you suspend an opponent's Digimon, gain 1, and it's a searcher. So that's really good. So it's going to be Rosemon and Bloomlord I'm going to kind of build at the same time. But I'm really excited for that. What about you?
I was looking at it, and I couldn't get past the box toppers.
I know.
Because they are wild, and they give support to decks that I used to like to play, and just they don't have the support right now. I know I just posted this format, that Lord Knight update, and we get another warrior. We get another level 5.
The yellow
black
one.
Nightmon. Yeah, it's a blocker, minus his 3k. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So having a full set of 8 level 5s to play when you swing with Lord Knight is insane. And they all minus DP. They all do fun stuff. So I'm going to build Lord Knight, and I'm also going to build Diaboromon.
Yeah, that
because
ace.
I get the ace card.
That's I think the best ace we're going to have.
I think it's a sleeper card.
Yeah.
I mean, the deck is really good, I think. Well, I don't know if it's going to be good, but we're going to test it.
We're going to find out.
Because you get consistency. because now you can make a literal all-black version of Diaboromon. You throw out the BT1 because the Ace does that.
Mm-hmm.
You throw out the BT5 because the Ace also does that.
Yep.
When Digivolving makes a token, when attacking makes a token. Very strong. Digivolves for 3 instead of 4. And also, when all turns, when you play Digimon by effect, you can delete a play cost of 3, and then it goes up for every other Diaboromon on the field.
Mm-hmm.
So very strong. Catastrophe Cannon gets really scary out of security.
Yeah, well, the other thing about Catastrophe Cannon is you de-digivolve like an Ace, and then pass the turn.
Yeah.
So now you've passed the turn, you've created a token, and you've de-digivolved their thing.
And probably killed that body afterwards. Yeah, with the Diaboromon Ace. So obviously there's risk in the Diaboromon Ace by itself, but having that and then the security tech promo has like 2 full-on just black Diaboromon is really strong. And then the training cards too.
Black training. Errata's going to the bottom no longer.
No longer. He's going to hand.
Yeah.
You know, and Digivolving is everything that deck does. Mm-hmm. So I don't feel like you really need the raw memory from a black memory boost.
Yeah.
So I'm really gonna mess with those 2 decks. And those 2 decks aren't even necessarily BT14
exactly.
decks. They're built out of all box toppers.
That's the interesting thing.
There are some good cards though. Like I'm tempted to mess with the Gomamon in Ulforce because that Gomamon is insane.
Yeah, the jamming.
No,
the rookie.
The rookie.
Yeah.
Rookie promote, strip a source.
Targeted source strip.
Yeah, and then on deletion, just sticky to the board, you know, bring this Gomamon back out.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in this set.
Then the other thing that's pretty interesting is about that Gomamon is people are already there. I've already seen proxy tournaments for BT14, and they're playing because at the same time we get BT14, we have the new updated restricted list, and people are playing 4 Tommy with the Gomamon and Sorai and the level 5 Ace, which is
the Zudamon,
and then that whole line, and then with blue hybrids, and it's like, okay.
People that are new to the game or newer to the game are finally gonna get to see why that Tommy was restricted.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting because my first events were BT10 pre-releases, and so by this time Tommy was already restricted. Tommy, Jet Sylphie, and all that. So it's gonna be Jessmon and blue hybrids running rampant. Maybe.
Who knows? It'll be interesting to see how this. There's just a lot of things happening at once, and that's what I'm excited about.
Yeah,
it's like we get all the training cards, we get all the Ace cards, all this wild stuff from the past is unrestricted, and it's all going to come together at your locals.
Yeah.
And who knows what people are going to adopt? It's going to be the Wild West for a few weeks while things kind of level out.
Some people are going to be trying to figure out like the D Brigade or like the Numemon stuff.
Yeah.
And then someone's just going to be playing blue hybrids with 4 Tommies.
Well, and not to mention the new War Grey is amazing.
Yeah.
You're going to have Greymons too. It's like everyone has something.
How can I test my Monzemon deck when I'm running into this secret War Grey that's blowing everything up and burning all my security?
Good luck at Nationals, buddy.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, there's going to be so many different things going on. I'm excited though. It'll be really fun. It'll be like some of the like OG early days at the shop when people just brought whatever, you know, and it's like people are going to be able to pick just whatever they want to do and go for it.
Yeah.
You know? And like you said with the D Brigade stuff, who knows?
It's gonna be a weird format. It's
we
gonna
got
be another
Mind
one.
Link. We got Mind Link coming out.
I know. Well, and the interesting thing about it is the BT12 format I feel was pretty wide. Hunters, Beelzemon. There was a lot of sort of go wide strategies, and then BT13 came and it pretty much immediately became a very stack heavy format.
I agree.
But this next one, I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Right. Like the War Grey tribe is getting an update. They're a very single stack tall deck. D Brigade obviously goes super wide with a bunch of little guys. The Lugarmon deck is a little bit of both. Some
That's
playing
wild,
by effects, some single stack shenanigans.
Changes the game rules.
3 memory passes the turn now.
You got Angels. Don't forget about Angels.
Yeah,
yellow
vaccine stuff
has an identity in this. Yeah,
I have no idea what the heck that's going to be like. So
with a really good option too.
Yeah, Messenger of Hope and Patamon and TK. I don't know. It's gonna be. It's not like okay. we switch all of our single stat kill options to Crimson Blaze. You know what I mean? I don't think it's going to be that obvious. So.
Yeah, it's not like, I think in BT13 we really had a solid Japanese meta to look at beforehand, where you're like Shine Gray's insane, Royal Knights is really good, Belphamon's strong. Like you can look at these like set tiers, but the fact that we're getting all these new unrestrictions, all these new box toppers, training cards, everything else, it's like I don't think there's anything we can compare off of.
Yeah, like would Shine even be that strong in a meta where the best deck in the format is blue hybrids?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's pretty interesting. I don't know. Why'd they unrestrict Tommy? Why did they do that?
Oh, man. I don't know. But
I have one Jet Sylphie and they have 4 Tommies. That's what you're telling me?
That's what we're telling you.
Cool.
Did that deck that you watched play a Susano?
No.
No?
No,
Okay.
they played Mirage as one of their level 6s and the BT6 Azulongmon.
Oh. Okay.
So like it gains security tack for every card without sources or something like that.
Yep, that was the OG. That was the OG partner to Hexablaw when it finally it released those two.
Hexablaw could even be playable.
It could
in with these cards, and you could play like Kumamon and Lanamon. We know is really strong. Korikaku.
Yeah. Hexablaw just turns off Shine Gray.
Yeah,
none of the Marcuses can attack.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
A lot of us old players really like the Hexablaw strategy because it was right up there with Lord Knight and a couple of the other ones. It was just like you couldn't do anything against it. So there's been a lot of tries by myself personally too to try and make it consistent again.
A lot of the players, they're like, oh, you don't know. We had players quit from BT7. I'm like, well, I guess I'll find out now.
You'll find out. Yeah. Oh man, it's gonna be so much fun. This is gonna be a busy few weeks for us in the Digimon world because we'll have pre-releases, Pasadena, obviously more podcasts, more content and stuff. But we'll try and get some cool vlogs and stuff. We'll try and get some good footage of the whole trip. With everyone.
We'll see.
I know like half of us are committed to like hardcore, just grinding out a bunch of test games the night before, and then there's half of us that are just like, I just want a clear brain going into Nats or to regionals, and I'm just like, I'm a grinder. I'm gonna be up all night. Probably just me and you.
I'll be playing some games.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. Are you excited for locals tonight?
Yeah, locals be good. I think I'll probably play the Black War Greymon OTK deck today just to get a little bit more reps on that.
That's one of the two options.
That's one. It's that or Shine Gray for the regional, but Justin really was like a litmus test for the deck, and having back-to-back top 8 regional performances really made me confident in the list that we crafted.
Yeah,
and so now it's just a matter of making sure you execute perfectly for 9 rounds straight.
Yeah, and he won back-to-back locals with it too.
Yeah. He wins all the time. That guy.
Grr.
What about you? Back to Old Force, probably.
Back to Old Force tonight. I took a week off last week, and I really shouldn't have. I should just stick with it because now my brain feels rusty with the deck, and I'm just like, because I've been busy with work and holidays with fam and everything else, so I'm kind of I need to shake the dust off, and get that going in my brain again.
Yeah,
and just kind of, especially with all the different matchups and stuff. So I'll probably take that back tonight.
Nice.
Run it back and see how it does. So I'm really trying to figure out where to put a Mirage Burst in the deck.
Yeah.
I kind of want a second outing to Quartz. Right now, the Death X feels good and it stays in. But I'm really having a hard time. Like, maybe I should try 5 level 5s. But then,
cut 104-6.
That feels bad. That feels really bad. That feels worse than the level 5.
I know.
But then I'm running more 6s than 5s, and then my brain just can't handle that, and I have a hard time.
Say.
Yeah, it's very hard. It's a very tricky deck once you get into it, just because it's only 50 card deck.
It's only 50.
49, sorry. Got to run the Ice Wall.
Yeah, right.
Which made it...
He is playing Ice Wall.
It is in the deck.
We won.
That was not a that is not a consideration to take out for Mirage. Thought about it. But I keep saying but. I don't know why.
But your mind is elsewhere.
My mind is elsewhere. It's on locals tonight. I'm very excited. So I guess we should just jump into cards of the week and get to locals and play.
I know. I gotta make my card of the week Memory Blocker Terriermon. I can't stop thinking about this guy. Look at this.
All right.
Can we get a zoom in?
Oh, we can zoom. We can zoom. Well, I can zoom and post, or I can post it.
Oh yeah.
I had to do that on a week when Jeff wasn't here because it's by his least favorite artist. It's Koki.
How is Koki his least favorite artist?
You'll have to ask him on a podcast, my
Koki
guy. He'll tell you for an hour.
Koki's very good.
Yeah. So you're going.
My card of the week is Memory Floodgate Terriermon.
Okay.
Not just because of this, because that card is awesome.
It is good. It is good.
What you got?
Mine's going to be that BT13 Vidramon.
Yeah.
Or BT11, sorry. BT11.
Yeah.
It's too good. I know I've talked to you about it because you were messing with the deck last week, and there's so many different ways to use that card. People don't really utilize it, I think, to its full capacity because people kind of just use it for the inheritable, which is good, gain a memory when you play a Tamer or whatever. But having it as an extra draw is really, really good because typically it goes on top of the BT11 Vmon, which when you play a blue Tamer, gain a memory.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of times where people will just hesitate. Like if they don't have the 5, they'll just hard play a Tamer and leave those 2 in the raising.
Yeah.
And I think it's a fundamental mistake in the deck. I think it's much stronger because there are more rookies. There are more level 4s. Promote it out. Play a Tamer for a reduced cost of 1 due to the Vmon. And then draw a card off of the Vidramon.
Yeah.
It's a very good strategy, especially if it's the V-Tamer.
Yeah,
because you're playing it for
one.
You're drawing a card when you're playing it, and then you just suspend it and draw a second card. So it's a very good way to accelerate your card draw in the deck, as well as just give your opponent something that they know they have to take care of.
I was talking about Blue Flare recently, and it's pretty much the same thing as the Dracomon. You can obviously use it. A lot of people just promote it as a rookie, and then play a Blazing and draw 1, or play a Greymon to search or something. But you can also turn 1 Dracomon and then Evo a Greymon or a Mailbird on top of it, and then promote that, and then get some of that memory back. Yeah. So that same exact effect, really strong, very versatile.
Absolutely.
A lot of people don't think about it that way.
But don't sleep on that card. I mean, obviously it's a 4 of in the deck. I don't think anybody runs it at less than that.
They'd be wrong too.
But use it a couple different ways. Don't be afraid to sacrifice it.
And get a new beautiful art along with it.
I know. And that's what put it over the top for me this week is the fact that more blingage for the deck is always good. It's going to be a pretty one. So, yeah, we'll just wrap it up here. It's a quick one, guys. We're
in that weird middle stage.
We are, yeah. So stay tuned for a lot of cool content. We have Pasadena coming up. Like I said, we'll get some really cool footage. We'll get some good exclusive travel. You'll get to see some behind-the-scenes stuff with us packing a little bag and jumping on a plane and going to go play some Digimons.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch y'all in the next one.